Hello and welcome to our channel. Our names are Mike and Heather, and we have been traveling in our 2013 Ford Transit Connect for about 2 years now. We recently did a video showing every single thing that we've packed in our van, and that got us thinking about some of the must-have items that we have. So in today's video, we're just gonna go through everything that we absolutely would not travel without.
As you can see in this space, it's very small and we don't have room for all of the amenities that you would maybe hope for when you're traveling around. One of those being a bathroom. For the most part, we're able to make use of public bathrooms at gas stations, Walmarts, convenience stores, things like that. But in the event that we are somewhere late at night, there's no convenience stores around, there's no areas that we can use the bathroom using public spaces, we have found that there's a solution, and it has absolutely been a lifesaver when it's been needed. And that is a portable urinal. This has been something that we call our pee jug. It's not the most glamorous, like I said, but when we have been in a Cracker Barrel or a Walmart parking lot at 2 o'clock in the morning and there are no 24-hour gas stations for miles and miles, this has been what we use if we need to use the bathroom and there are no other options. If you're someone that has to sit to use the bathroom, it works great for you. And additionally, you wouldn't want to do that if you had just used this. There's a cap so you can seal the jug and not have to worry about it until the next morning when you can properly dispose it in a public bathroom or a porta potty or whatever you come across, just making sure that you do it responsibly. So this has been something that we don't use all the time, but it's been one of those things where as soon as we had it, used it once, we were like, we can't go back to not having something like this in the van.
Yeah, it's a game changer, and I talk about that a lot just because I'm very proud that I found that, or I'm very happy that I found it, because it really has made that part of van life a lot more comfortable, specifically for me. Moving on.
We get really excited about stuff like that.
It's the little things in van life. So the second thing that we're going to talk about is our heated blanket. Now, this isn't necessarily needed in every season that you're traveling, but our van doesn't have a heater in the back area. It has the heater from the front cab when you're driving, but we don't have a heating source in here permanently. A lot of people in our comment section told us to put this down first and then sleep on top of it, and it really does keep the heat in and feel nice and warm and toasty when the rest of your van is freezing. We can also run it off of our Jackery, and it doesn't take that much power, so definitely a must when traveling in a van.
That is a good segue to talk about our Jackery. So we have a Jackery 1000, which is a portable power unit, and it sort of serves as a generator of sorts for our van. It's able to be charged off of the 12 volt in your car, which is great because while you're driving, this is charging. But we've used this to charge our cell phones, laptops, the heating blanket. We plug our air fryer, which we'll get to in just a moment, in off of it. This is definitely something that's more of an investment, but it has been super great to have.
And since you mentioned the air fryer, if you're new to our channel, you may not know, but I think this is probably our favorite of the gadgets. We were moving really fast because we had the goal of getting to all 50 states, and that didn't always allow for the most time cooking, and our days were pretty action-packed. So at the end of the day, we didn't necessarily want to bring out all of our cooking stuff because we do have a camp stove and pots and pans and the whole 9 yards.
And sometimes you're just in a Walmart or Cracker Barrel and you can't really pull those out and make use.
You could, but it would be a lot more awkward. And if you're trying to do the whole stealth camping thing and sleeping there overnight, you don't really want to draw attention to yourself like that. So this air fryer has definitely fed us more than probably our camp stove. Yeah. And it's really nice because it's very small, but you can fit a good amount in here. It fits into our cabinet and is really nice for cooking fast meals. You can just plug it into the Jackery, turn the knob, and it starts cooking. We don't really know how to cook or like to cook very much, so this has allowed us to not starve and die on the road. The next must-have, at least in my opinion, is our giant pillow. Now, in our giant pillow is our sleeping bag, which I would say is also a must, but more specifically than the sleeping bag and the pillow itself is the pillowcase. The reason why is that this is storage in plain sight, and when you live in a small area, you're not going to be able to fit everything in the areas that you want. So by having something that's decorative and just looks like a pillow, you can really shove a lot in here. You don't have to put a sleeping bag or your sheets in it. That was just the most bulky thing that we really didn't have a place for. So that's tended to be what's in these. You could put jackets, bulky sweatshirts,
clothes.
Yeah, so I think that pillowcase covers are a must because it just gives you extra space and they look cute. So
in talking about space saving and storage organization, one of the things that we added to the van that has been super useful and is great for peace of mind is a safe. So we can't pull it out and show you it because we've bolted it under the bed to make it really difficult to get out in case anyone ever did break in to steal it. But we added a small safe that we got from Walmart, mounted it to the floor under the bed, and that holds our electronics and most importantly our memory cards and external hard drives. The computers that we have in there are really important because that's how we work. So if those were stolen, we wouldn't be able to log on and work, and that would be a problem. And the memory cards and external hard drives are irreplaceable. They are all of our memories and records of traveling, which just would be really, really sad if we were to lose those because they probably wouldn't have that much value to other people, but to us, they're priceless. So having a safe and a designated spot to not only store those things safely, but to make sure that they're safe no matter where we go has been great, and it makes us a lot more comfortable to leave the van to go for hikes or to park in a city or anything like that. So it's definitely something that is maybe a little bit of a space eater because it's kind of bulky, but it gives us a place to put those delicate items, and it really is just something that I wouldn't go without because I wouldn't want those items to be left unprotected.
If you've been following our channel closely, you'll know probably that this was going to be on the list regardless of everything else that we've mentioned, and that is the Noco Boost. This has come incredibly handy for when we leave on the lights, and I will say that we've gotten better.
The last time was probably in Tennessee, I think. Because we don't always get out of the van to get into the back space at the end of the night.
We'll crawl through and come in here.
We don't open the door to be notified that the lights are still on, and that's something that we obviously need to always be aware of, and we've taken steps to try and get better.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, we'll forget to do it.
After a long day, we're tired, don't think twice. We usually have a checklist before bed. Is the jackery unplugged from the car and are the lights off? But if we forget to do that checklist, then it's mayhem in the morning.
Yes, so we have woken up in the morning to a drained battery, and at that point, we pull out the Noco Boost.
It's a portable jumpstart kit, which is good because sometimes when you're in the middle of nowhere, there may not be other cars around that you can have them jump for you. So this device does it all. It's very, very easy. You just plug this in, attach these to your battery, press this power button, and you're good to go. So we always have it charged for one in case we ever forget to turn off the lights and need to jump our car. But it's also an external battery, so we can plug in our laptops and our phones to charge off of this too. So it's multifunctional, but most importantly, it's another peace of mind gadget that even in our regular car, we don't travel without now, just in case for whatever reason we have battery issues and need to jumpstart our car. It's also light.
So speaking of sort of emergency service things, the Noco Boost has probably been our #1 used item in that regards, but one of the other things that we carry with us that has served a lot of different purposes is a portable air compressor. So this one is a 12-volt one that can plug into the car and run off that. We can also run it off of the jackery if we need to, but in the event that you get a flat tire or your tire air pressure is low, it's really great to be able to just take care of that in the moment yourself than trying to find a gas station that has air that you can use to fill up. So this has been really great. We did actually get a flat tire on Route 66. We got another one on the Alaska Highway, and we were able to fill up the tires to get to a place where we could fix the issue. We do also travel with a full-size spare, so it wasn't too bad, but anytime the air pressure has been low, we've been able to actually just take care of it and not have to worry about it. We could not imagine leaving home without something like this in the van.
Another item that we added kind of late to our van, but we definitely wouldn't do without again, are our mosquito nets. So we have mosquito nets on our side door and up here. They don't look the prettiest, but 10 out of 10 would do it again, because when you're camping or in van life, you want to be able to have the doors open and have that cliche picturesque view that you have in your head of van life with the doors open and then wide open spaces. But what comes with wide open spaces are a lot of bugs, especially on the East Coast. So those have come in handy when we want to have the doors open and have the breeze coming in without getting eaten alive.
Yes, so this has been a really cool addition, and we actually mounted those into the van and have just tied them up. So whenever we need them, we can just pull the strings, drop the mosquito nets, and we're good to go.
And the last must-have when we're going on any trip are board games. So there are going to be times that you are without self-service. You are without internet of any kind, and you have to entertain yourself.
We actually did some research into our favorite board games, which I think we'll do a video on because
it's hard to find good two-player games
that are easily packable. So we'll make a list of those and share them, and also our experience and sort of reviews of those games.
Even in our car, we always have like a deck of cards in case we go anywhere and there's like a downtime just to play a game. So I think it's a really fun way to pass the time, and important to always have good board games within an arm's reach, especially when you're camping.
With that concludes our list of, I think, 10 items that we made it to that we could not travel without. We hope that some of these have been interesting or helpful for you, because we learned the hard way that we needed them.
In one way or the other.
Yeah.
Some are more like luxury comfort things, but some are absolute necessities.
Yes.
Where's that Noco Boost
Yeah.
thing? We are not sponsored, by the way. We have just used this a lot.
Yeah, so these were our favorite items that we absolutely could not travel without. We're going to do another video talking about the things that we brought that we never used and just took up space, and we were convinced that we needed them. So we'll share that with you as well so that you don't repeat our mistakes. And then, yeah, we definitely will do a list of games we brought with reviews, how many times we used them, who won, and all of those things, because this was definitely something that just added to our enjoyment of being in different locations and spending time together.
We hope you enjoyed getting a little bit more insight into our favorite things that we've had in our van.
We'll make sure to include a list of everything we talked about in this video in the description below, so if you're interested, make sure to check that out. If there's any questions you have on any of these items, make sure to leave it in the comments below and we'll answer those as quickly as we can. But thank you so much for watching, and we hope we'll see you in the next one.
I'm living my best life. I wake